Nice. Yo, Trey is like Ray J. Keep changing. Yo, that's funny. He just got different, yo, bro. This is different. Anyways, man, welcome back to another episode of the 3 and Me Bros with your 3 and Me Bros. If you haven't already, please go hit our YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be tuned in to the newest episodes. Wildcard weekend's done. All our teams are home. We're all in Cancun. We're chilling.
They put the wild and wild card this weekend, bro. This was a wild.
Y'all heard like 15 people were sent to the hospital over hypothermia from the Bills game?
Hypothermia from the Chiefs game, you mean?
Yeah, the Chiefs and Dolphins.
No, from the Bills game.
Chiefs.
It was the Chiefs and Dolphins game too.
Yeah, the Bills game.
No, I don't know about the Bills, but
Bills game.
Chiefs and Dolphins.
No, I didn't hear about the Chiefs and Dolphins one, but I don't know from the Bills one. Yeah, 15 people.
Yeah, I just read the headline. I assumed it was the Chiefs game. It was like, hit my elbow on the door.
Funny bone.
Yeah, man. This is the next topic.
All right, man. Well, let's go do a list of the games. We can start with the first one. The Browns at Texans. Texans smoked the Browns 45-14.
My boy CJ put on a masterclass, bro.
I called it.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I called it. I said it. Flacco has thrown the most interceptions since starting over in week 12, I want to say. He threw 2 back-to-back pick sixes, and that just ended their season. They were still in the game. At that point.
I'm gonna get my take in a second.
You said they was never in the game?
It was never a game.
No, I think it was still a game.
Yeah, I didn't lose that game to me. The defense. What the hell is that? Did I hear that?
Mm-hmm. I hear that. That's that Texans hype train going through again, bro.
It sounds like a little T train. It sounds like a little train. 6 Flags and bring your kids.
I know it needs some more bass in his voice, but that's the Texans hype train.
More CJ or something.
CJ has done nothing all year but dominate elite defenses, and I don't know why we thought anything different. I mean,
I was the only one that picked the Texans.
I mean,
I was the only one that picked the Texans.
I said I wasn't surprised. I mean, EG said that this was going to be the game that CJ looked like a. EG, he conveniently dropped off. No, don't run now. Don't run now.
Yeah, that was crazy timing. All I heard was EG said, and I started nodding like I did say. I mean, yeah. CJ proved me not. Like I said though, it's not that I had little faith in CJ. The Browns defense was just fire all season, and not that game. There was so much blown coverage. That's why I think the defense lost the game. That's the funny thing. I don't even think Flacco lost in the game. The defense blew so many different coverages and all that.
I mean, you gotta give a lot of props to the offensive coordinator in Houston too, because they did everything they could to keep the ball away from Ward. Like they put Nico in motion. There was a lot of broken coverages off of the tight end delayed routes. I mean, they did it was a masterclass on both sides.
The offensive coordinator did a great job all year, but they don't have like a real number one receiver for Ward to stay on. So it's easy, you know what I'm saying? Like
Nico
keep the ball away from him.
Nico that guy, bro.
Nico's in that category now.
Nico
put his name in that category.
He's balling, but what category? What? He's top 10? You tell me top
wide receiver 1. He put his name in that wide receiver 1 category.
I mean, I would put him WR1
with
no Tank Dell, with no Noah Brown, Robert Woods.
No, they have Robert Woods that game.
No, I'm talking about week 18 when he didn't have any of them.
Oh, okay.
But you talk about
and then to bring it over into wildcard weekend and dominate again, I think you know what I'm saying. You gotta put some respect on his name.
So when Tank Dell come back, you think Nico gonna be wide receiver 1 when Tank Dell come back?
He was wide receiver 1 even with Tank Dell.
I think he's wide receiver 1 on that team by default. But I don't put him on a lot of teams. I don't know if he's gonna be the wide receiver one on a lot of teams. I think he's nice, but I think we basing it more on potential than what we been seeing consistently. He's been balling lately, but consistently, I'm not ready to put him there yet. And he's not someone like I would put my number one corner on right then and there.
I hear you. I'm just saying he's starting to put his name, like he's starting to make some noise into putting his name in that category.
Yeah,
he's not there yet, but if he keep dominating the way he's dominating, they're gonna have to respect him.
Yeah, he's bowling, and then Tank Dell gonna do what he do, and then that offense. Listen, Mister failed a little. What was the little IQ test or whatever it was the NFL test? Mister can't make quick decisions. CJ Stroud. Yeah, NFL just be looking stupid and stupider, bro.
I picked the Browns for the same reason you picked them. That defense is crazy all year, but for some reason, I wanted to be on Lou's side and pick the Texans because I couldn't shake the fact that as dominant as their defense has been all year, that Colts game when Gardner Minshew looked like Peyton Manning, for some reason I kept replaying in my mind all week, and I was like, this might be the game where that defense gets dominated, and that's exactly what happened.
I mean, I don't know. I picked the Texans because I have a lot of faith in CJ. I have a lot of faith in D'Amico Ryans as a coach. I mean, you saw the clip where D'Amico was talking up his linebacker and telling him, you know, where to be in his zone and just keep your eyes on a quarterback. And then he had back-to-back picks, 2 pick sixes. So it was I think I just had a little bit more faith in the Texans than I did the Browns. I think that the Browns, they're scary defensively, but offensively they haven't really shown that they can really do it on a week-to-week basis. I mean, they've done it against teams that, you know, not really going anywhere. They haven't shown it against elite teams.
I was with you until you just leaned over on that side.
But I mean, what elite teams has Flacco beaten?
Yeah,
he dominated the Jets. He dominated a good Jets defense.
You saying elite defenses? You gotta, him. But you saying it like the Texans not an elite team either. You saying he wouldn't be able to do it against an elite team? The Texans not an elite team, and the Browns defense.
I don't know. They've proven that they're in that tier right now.
Not defensively.
Elite.
Their defense balled out, but their defense is not elite.
No, but their offense is.
Not elite. You think they're elite,
bro? I mean, they've been doing it all season long.
I don't even.
They're very good, but not elite. Bro. Yeah,
elite is different. That's what I mean. That's irrelevant. Elite.
They're in the divisional round for a reason, and
because they played a very good playoff game.
Okay. The Dolphins and Chiefs, another one where I'm by myself on. They had the Dolphins.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I never liked them after you said that whole I'm half black, my dad is black, but I'm white, or whatever the hell Mike McDaniel said. I never liked him from that. Like, that shit was stupid as hell. He's too smart to be stupid. He's like corny to me. Every time they try to push a super funny narrative with him, he's not funny. He's like, maybe he is funny. I don't, but he's like The Office funny. That super dry humor is not funny to me. And that's another one we overrated way too fast. He put 70 on the team, which is crazy. I think, like I said, it's more so that the Broncos gave up when they put 70 on.
What flavor Pop-Tart is that, bro?
Oh, Wildberry, exclusive everything. Shout out to Kellogg. I'm out here. Now I'm saying big Pop-Tart member. Been a big Pop-Tart member since 92.
Big T gang, big Pop-Tart.
Big Wildberry. They call me Wildberry. You know what I'm saying? Don't put the berry before the wild. But listen. Yeah, Mike McDaniel, you overrated. And I feel like we don't talk, not us, but I feel like people don't talk about it enough. He's overrated. The Dolphins been booty cheeks for a while, and they finally got some type of life. Him and Tyreek came in at the perfect time to rejuvenate the franchise, as in sales and all that. But he literally hasn't beat nobody good but the Cowboys.
So here's a stat: the Pats, my Pats, right, have beaten more playoff teams this season than the Dolphins. I mean, that right there.
No man.
More teams over 500 than the Dolphins. They've beaten one team over 500 all year. I don't know why I picked them to win that game, because I've been saying it all year that they would collapse in the playoffs. They're not built for the playoffs. They're not built to go win in the weather that they just played in. I don't know what the fuck made me pick them this weekend, but
I think because of the Chiefs, how bad the Chiefs been playing. That's why I picked them.
It was a toss-up. It was a toss-up because I didn't have faith in those receivers either, but They got it done.
They need to stop neglecting Waddle. They've been neglecting the hell out of Waddle.
Yeah, because Tyreek, the face of that offense, and they want to force feed him the ball and little glitz and glamours in the backfield, and get A-Chain the ball, which is cool. Good running team too, but you can't neglect Waddle.
And they do the same thing. Tyreek do it a little bit more elite. Waddle can do it very good, but Tyreek is elite. But they can do the same thing. Use them the same way. Flip the plays. Let Tyreek get some plays off. Stop wearing him down. All that. Lou, what's your thoughts, man? Let's speed this up. Yeah, I go back to work.
Who's going back to work? Oh, Troy.
No,
I mean, I said it. I said that the Chiefs, they need to lean on Rashee Rice and Kelsey. Kelsey still had a couple of pivotal drops. They leaned on their defense, which has been a theme throughout the season. But Rashee Rice has shown that he's here. He's wide receiver 1. I think Troy has said it around week 5 or 6 that they need to get Rashee involved more, and for me to go ahead and pick him up on the fantasy wire. I did. He stepped up every week. He's had big plays, and I think y'all main concern was the cold and them dropping balls. But the thing is, it's like if you could rely on the defense and you could rely on getting Rashee in open space, which they did, then that was a recipe for the game. And on
Why
top
you
of
making
that,
his name sound Japanese? You keep calling Rashee.
But yeah, I mean,
sound like Yoshi cousin.
But I mean, I respect what they did during the whole game. They and I said they also needed to lean on the running game, which they also did. Pacheco did his thing. I thought that not having McKinnon would hurt them a little bit because McKinnon comes in and on the third down packages, and he's a good back.
He's a very good receiving back, though.
Right.
Receiving back.
Right. So, but I mean, Pacheco did his thing. Rashee, Pat didn't have any turnovers. I mean, they did a really good job, given the circumstances.
Kelsey's starting to scare me though.
He's getting old, bro. He's getting old. I don't know whether it's the
don't say her name. Don't say it.
Not say her name.
No, I wasn't even gonna say it. First of all, I wasn't even gonna say it. I was keeping it with the.
You seen the fear in everyone's face.
I wasn't even gonna do it. But nah, I don't know if it's a combination of him overthinking while he's out there, or if it's a combination of him just being at that age and going through a long season. I don't know what it is with Kelsey right now, but I need Kelsey to play his best ball right now for Pat in order for them to be able to go far. What is Leslie frozen?
No, he's definitely frozen.
He's frozen.
I can't see me.
Yeah, now I can. Yeah,
I was there
for a second.
I seen the load on Troy joint. Well, I don't know. Kelsey don't fully look into it. I don't know what it is. He look different. I don't know. Maybe it's because of shut your mouth.
Nah, I don't think it's because of her.
Me neither.
I don't think it's because of. I don't want to. You can't, because it's off the field. It's not on the field. It's not like
I was joking.
It's not like he's doing too much on the field. But I mean, I don't know. I just think it's a long season. He's getting older, and they're not. I mean, I think that they're over relying on Kelsey, and that's just what it is right now.
He Kelsey like 33, 32.
He's 33, I think. 33. But I just, like I said, I just think that they're over relying on him. Yes, baby.
I think Jason Kelsey like 30. I think he just turned 36.
Yeah, he up there. I said I was worried about Kelsey. That game. What game was that MVS dropped that pass and everybody was on his ass?
Not the Eagles.
Was it the Eagles?
Nah, it was the Eagles, and he did it again against the Packers.
He dropped like 4 passes, right?
4
critical passes. Ever since that Eagles game, that's when I was like, he looked a little bit off, and it's been consistently off since that game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like
and it could come out later on that he's been injured this whole time too. I mean, he is not moving.
Usually how it goes.
He's not moving the way he usually moves.
Or it could be because of his date life.
All right, Rams, Rams at Lions. The Lions beat the Rams narrowly 24-23. I think this is one of my games of the weekend.
Yeah,
This was a really good game.
And I thought the Lions would come up short, but they made me they made me believers again. That was a good game too. Stafford is different. His arms, his angles, Stafford is different, bro.
Yeah.
Arm strength, all that is crazy. Every time he throw the ball, it amazes me. Pause. Wow. Rams, it was a great game. I feel like the Lions reshaped their whole offense for the most part. Like, I feel like now they're a super physical, run the ball team. Got cold, they started running the ball. And then St. Brown come in. Is it St. Brown? That's his name, right? St. Brown? Yeah, St. Brown comes in, cleans it up. Jared Goff, man. Jared Goff is he gained some value. Somebody's gonna trade for him, or he's gonna get a bigger contract or something. But Jared Goff, he making himself some money or give himself some more opportunities.
I like the narrative though. I like the Stafford coming home.
Mm-hmm.
Goff going against his old team.
That's not home for him no more.
Yeah, he not.
I mean, well, to his kids, it still is. They was born in Detroit. They was raised out there. I mean, technically, that's still.
It's not that they booed him. That's all.
You ain't see what he did. You see what he said?
Yeah, he was like, "I'm happy for the players."
Mm-hmm.
Like, Detroit. Now I'm happy for the players.
It was like Stafford. Are you happy for Detroit? He said, I'm happy for the players over there.
No.
I mean, about 4 brothers.
But either way, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy for the narrative. I'm happy that this was what was drawn out in the seeding, and this is what happened. Mm-hmm. And it was a really good game. I think that this, in my opinion, was the game of the weekend. Out of all the games that was played, this was the only game that was actually competitive. Mm-hmm. And it really came down to the wire. And I think that when you have a coach like Detroit's coach, where he's very aggressive, the players kind of gravitate towards that. Mm-hmm. You know, it's every single fourth down, every single third down where it's short and short distance. You're like, you know, hey, coach is like, he has trust in us. We're gonna go for it. And mm-hmm. You know, when you have a lot of confidence in your players, and then you have a lot of confidence in your coach, you know, you could go really far. Unlike
the whole wild card full of narratives.
No, it was.
Texans and Cleveland should have been a Deshaun coming home, but he was somebody getting him so he ain't play. The Eagles,
Dolphins and Bucks, Tyreek coming home.
Exactly. Yeah, the Eagles and Bucks was he can't read rematch.
Mm-hmm. Packers and Cowboys. It was, you know, Packers have dominated Dallas in Dallas.
It wasn't a catch.
Tyreek went back to Arrowhead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the only narrative that wasn't a good narrative was the Steelers and Bills. Because why the Steelers there?
That was their narrative.
But, yeah. Packers and Cowboys. The Cowboys got outclassed. First of all, let's put to bed this narrative that Dak did his thing in his game, because I've heard a lot of people saying that no, those were empty calorie stats. The game was already done by the time Dak actually started putting up numbers. I mean, by the time the Packers was like, all right, we give up, it was like 31-7.
They led the whole game. Like that game was never competitive.
Yeah, it was not competitive at all.
But I put less of it on Dak than most people, because the defense played atrocious. Yeah. There's not enough people talking about how bad that Cowboys defense was.
Mm-hmm. And there's not enough people giving props to Lou for picking the Packers over the Cowboys, even though y'all said that y'all was going to take the spread.
Nah, but I took Packers money line. So whatever I say on the pod, I usually go opposite when I bet.
Nah, but y'all both had the Cowboys. Y'all both had the Cowboys.
I picked the Cowboys.
This one out. I didn't.
They was a super heavy favorite.
Yeah, they should be. They was home. They haven't lost a game in 14 games at home. But I just feel like the Packers have always had their number, and McCarthy was, you know, still plays for the Packers.
I think the Cowboys lost that game. I don't really think the Packers won. Even though they spanked them, I feel like if they play the series, I'm sure it'll probably be like 3-1. Cowboys.
I felt like they was just unprepared and they was undisciplined. And that comes down to coaching, and it's a it's amazing that McCarthy still has a job right now.
Yeah, when you come prepared and you come prepared and you just lose, you don't lose like that. Like you
don't.
Clearly unprepared.
No.
Clearly unprepared.
Yeah, I mean, when you come prepared, it's like it's like the Lions and Rams game. This was not the Cowboys being prepared. This was them coming in thinking that we're going to win. We won every game at home. We're going to win. The defense is going to get turnovers, and you have a player in Jordan Love who's led the league in the least turnovers for a quarterback. So, and then Aaron Jones coming in getting hot, and the thing I love about the Packers offense is the past couple of weeks. But the thing I love about the Packers offense is how they come out in their packages. You don't know if they're going to run or they're going to pass. And the Cowboys have been killed in packages like those all season long. And they've shown all season long that they can't stop any motions.
They can't stop the run. That's what it is.
That's true.
Establish the run against them.
That's true. If you run at Micah, who's overrated, if you run at Micah, you've shown that you've had success.
I wouldn't put him in the overrated. I wouldn't put in the overrated.
Come on, bro. All right. Not overrated. Overhyped.
Is crazy.
Overhyped.
He was crowned too quickly.
Yeah. Let's say overhyped. I don't want to say overrated. Let's say overhyped.
I still don't even think he's overhyped.
Yeah.
You don't think he's overhyped?
All right, so let me ask you a question. If they did that draft again, you don't think Mike could go on like top 5?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was who else was in his draft class?
Who
else was in his draft class?
Smitty.
You don't think Smitty going top 5 in that draft?
Smitty got nothing to do with this. You don't talk about Micah.
Okay, go ahead. Who else was in the draft class?
I don't remember. Smitty, Jamal Chase, Kyle Pitts, maybe. I don't remember. Was that 2020?
Was it 2020?
I think so.
What he went 8th, right?
I think he went 10. We switched with him.
That wasn't.
He went right after Smitty.
That wasn't the Trevor.
No.
Class, right?
Which one?
He was with Trevor Lawrence.
No,
I don't think so.
That was the year after.
Yeah, it might be 2021 because 2020 I think was Jalen Rager.
He went right after Smitty, like literally right after Smitty. I think we picked Smitty 6th, and then he was picked like 8th.
It was Trevor draft. Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson,
Justin Fields.
Pitts,
He's going top 3 with that quarterback.
Yeah, he's going top 3.
Got Waddle,
redraft.
Penny Sewell, J.Z. Horn, Pat Surtain, and then Smitty.
Yeah, he's top 3. He's going
top 3. Smitty was 10. Yeah, Micah was 12 because it was Smitty, Fields, and then Micah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know he was picked right after Smitty.
Got everybody just name. Micah's probably the best player.
Clearly.
Definitely the best player. It's him and Mike and Smitty. And I feel like Smitty is still underutilized. So Micah's the best player. Him and Penny Sewell. I don't know which hype train that is, but but yeah.
Do y'all think that McCarthy should have got fired?
No. Because they got smoked, but he get fired, and then who you gonna? Because that's the thing, people be mad, and you who are you gonna replace him with?
Bill,
Dan Quinn,
or Dan. Those are the only two logical. You can't go get a new.
Wait, who's the DB coach out there? The ex-Eagle?
No, it's Al Harris.
Yeah,
he's on the Packers.
No, we have an ex-Eagle on the defensive. He's the defensive back coach.
I'm pretty sure Al Harris is there, but I don't know what his thing is. I don't know what his thing is. I'll tell you right now. But go ahead. Hold on. Talk about something else while I bring it up.
I don't think. I mean, it could go either way. I understand why they kept McCarthy because, like you said, why start over? But at the same time, they have a standard, just like with the Eagles, just like the team. These are Super Bowl contenders. When you lose the way you lost, it doesn't matter. Like, you have to replace. He's not living up to the standard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think the only logical replacement would be Bill or Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Other than that, you got to keep him. You can't just go out and replace him with
or even Pete. Even Pete's out there.
Or Pete. Yeah, someone
Pete's
experienced, someone, you know what I'm saying? But Bill already said he don't want to come in and take over a veteran roster. He wants an up and coming team.
Up and coming underachieving team.
Underachieving team, yeah. But what happened to this man? When he dying over there?
You all right, bro? No, I mean, I kind of agree. I kind of don't. I feel like it's either or. It's either you get rid of McCarthy and bring somebody in that can maximize Dak, because I thought that they was maximizing him. I thought that they was maximizing him earlier in the season, and then there was a little drop off. But Dak has shown that he can't. When the lights are brightest, he hasn't performed well. So I think that it's either you bring in somebody that's going to an offensive minded coach that's going to be able to maximize his talents, or you keep McCarthy and you get rid of Dak. I think it's either or. I don't think that McCarthy is going to be able to win with Dak. I don't think Dak can win with McCarthy. But that's just me.
Well, Al Harris, I didn't even know he got drafted to the Eagles. I didn't even know that. Mm-hmm. I was watching him. He was on the Packers.
Yeah,
but he is I think it's like a first or second year DB's coach. He can't be no head coach now. That wouldn't make any sense to give rid of Mike McCarthy. 2 or B. I don't know if I said 1 or A. But my second point is Mike McCarthy. They still won they're 12-5, 12-6 every year for the last 3 years.
He has the most. He has the most regular season wins behind Andy Reid.
That's what I'm saying, and he shows you keep him. It's just us you had to deal with to go right back to the playoffs. You can go to another coach and maybe not make the playoffs. What if you switch coaches and now that coach can't beat the Eagles? And
my thing is what's the point of being a regular season champion when the goal is to win a Super Bowl? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to have the best record in the regular season, but that's not the having the best record is a matter of seeding to try to get the number 1, number 2 seed. Mm-hmm. They're the number 2 seed and they lost to the number 7 seed. But that's never happened before.
You got to correct whatever went wrong. You have to correct it. You can't just keep tearing it down and starting over. Because
I agree with that. But the thing is it's what's the alternative here? Is it good to have a regular season record and break all these accolades and always have 12 wins every season, but then can't get past the wild card or divisional round? I mean, they haven't been able to. They've gotten past the wild card round once in 20 years, and that was last year. They went to the divisional round. Then they're going to get out the divisional round. So what's the alternative?
Now they got out the wild card when they beat the Rams with Zeke. Zeke's either rookie year or second year. So
even still, they can't get past the divisional round. Wild card or divisional. You can't get past one of the 2 rounds.
You said replacement with Dan Quinn.
They haven't been to an NFC championship in 30 years, bro.
That's hard to do. A lot of teams haven't been that. And then you talk about
Dan Quinn. You have the roster. You have the roster.
Yeah, you said who would you replace him with? You said Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was a trash head coach. You telling me
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying what's the alternative here? What's the alternative? You keep him, and you keep having really good regular seasons, and then you get to the playoffs and you get smoked.
Yeah,
they got smoked two years in a row. They got smoked.
You was just crowning Mike Tomlin for winning regular season games X amount of years straight.
That's different. That's different. Mike Tomlin. I'm not talking about never having a losing record. Yeah, this is a team. This is a team that's had 12 win seasons for the past 4 years and hasn't gotten past the divisional round.
Okay, my point exactly. You diminishing that, but you were just bigging Tomlin when I just said all them season wins don't mean nothing. He's not even winning playoff games.
But who expects the Steelers to make it to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Expectations
over 7.
That's why I'm saying it's a huge difference.
Expectations is different.
Yeah, no, but I mean, boom. That was just my point about regular season wins and all that. But B, you took.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. The Cowboys are playing the regular season to get those wins, to get a top seed, to have an easier path to the Super Bowl. Whereas the Steelers, they're just trying not to lose.
Okay,
there's a huge difference.
So would you rather take a team and take a 12-win team and start from there and fix the problems and try to win a Super Bowl, or would you rather start over and take a chance and try to make a Super Bowl?
And that's why I said, that's why it makes sense that they kept McCarthy, because that's what they're doing.
You said Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was a trash head coach. He was good in Seattle. I think he went to the Falcons or something. It was trash, and that's how he coordinator.
He wasn't trash in Seattle.
No, he was a good defensive coordinator. He was a head coach.
And he wasn't trash in Atlanta either.
Yeah, that's why he got fired.
Yeah, he got fired. He got fired after they made it to the Super Bowl, and then the next season they didn't live up to the expectations.
Dan Quinn wasn't a head coach, was it? He wasn't a head coach.
Yes.
Nah, yes, Shanahan was the head coach, wasn't he?
Nah, Shanahan was the head coach.
Shanahan. No, Mike. Shanahan was the offensive coordinator.
My bad.
Dan Quinn was the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons.
Was he the head coach of the
Yes.
Yeah, he was. Yes. He was. Yeah, you're right. He was. Yes. Yeah.
I don't even know what his record is, but he got fired because he was.
And their defense was crazy.
Matt Ryan had his best season under
that. Nah, that Falcons defense was ridiculous. People don't remember how crazy that. Yeah, it was the fastest defense probably ever. They had one of the fastest defenses ever.
I'm looking right now. It said he was 43 and 42. That's not
they had some losing seasons.
Just above.
That's what I'm
saying. But his last 3 seasons in Atlanta, they had winning records. And they made it to the Super Bowl one of those years. I think they lost in the divisional or the wild card divisional round the year prior. And then the year that he got fired, they went like 4-12 or something like that. That's why he got fired.
He's like, that's not better than Mike McCarthy's record. And Mike McCarthy.
I'm not saying it is. But all I'm saying is, what's the alternative here? Because at the end of the day, the expectations for the Dallas Cowboys every single year is we them boys. This is our year. We're going to the Super Bowl, and they underachieve every single year in the playoffs. What's the alternative?
But I also think that this year I can't really say much about Jerry Jones because he went all out. He got like Cooks. He got.
You can still say because he's still the GM of that team.
All out. He usually don't get free agents. He usually don't like to spend a lot of money. I do think
he's still the GM of that team, and they didn't do anything at the trade deadline. His quote at the trade deadline was, "If the phone is not ringing for me to pick up to make a trade, I'm not going to do it." When he was in prime position to make trades.
Because the Cowboys is the catch. The Cowboys franchise, the logo, the star is the catch. But at the same time, I know he want to win a Super Bowl, but I don't know how bad he really want to win a Super Bowl. When you got the most lucrative,
bro. He said it on the radio. He said it on the radio. I don't know how much years I have left on this earth. I want to see my team win one more. That's what he said.
He also said that Mike McCarthy, we're going to take it game by game and see if he gets fired. He's a salesman. Jerry Jones is one of my favorite people to listen to because he just finesse. He's a professional.
That's a fact. His exact quote was, "We'll see how the playoffs go, and that determines Mike McCarthy stays or not." That was a horrible playoff performance, and Mike McCarthy staying anyway. So
he's been doing this. He's the only owner that be on a talk show every week. Jerry Jones, and I love what he did for the league. I love Jerry. He's one of my favorite owners to listen to. Very entertaining, but he's a salesman. That's why he markets. That's why his team is his team because he's a marketing genius. I don't think he cares that he wants to win a ring, but I don't think he cares that much. His team make too much money. Let them be Detroit and watch how many different moves they make.
That's a fact.
Like desperation franchise, it'll change up everything. His team make too much money. I think he want to win before he died, but I don't think he really sell a soul for it. You know, and the Cowboys suck. No, but the game itself, it was just a master. It was a super out coaching. It was a trash defense and a super out coaching masterclass. Super out coach. They got out coached crazy.
Yeah, they did. That was the coaching massacre. I agree. Steelers at Bills. The Bills beat the Steelers 31-17. I felt like this entire game, the Steelers was outmatched. Although there were some questionable calls, but all the way they was just outmatched.
They came back and made it a little close. I started looking at the Bills a little different, not fully putting them away. But yeah, it was that game. That was we know they shouldn't be here game for the Bills. You got Josh Allen running over your team and all that. Like it was.
Josh Allen, we had a 74-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, 72 or 74 or something like that.
Like you, first of all, you too big to be running that far without getting tackled. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like they didn't want to tackle it. It's cold.
I heard them on ESPN. They was talking about this, right? And they was basically saying like, "Oh yeah, these DBs like you don't understand." Tackling someone like Josh Allen is like tackling like a defensive lineman or something. You know, these DBs don't want to do it. Especially watch someone get ran over. And I'm sitting here in the car thinking like, bro, I'm trying to picture if I was a DB and Josh Allen running towards me, or I know Josh Allen gonna run. Bro, my mindset, I'm trying to be the one to set the tone, and because you hit him one good time and he's
not doing it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not.
Think about it.
Every time.
Tackling is mindset, bro. But remember what I'm saying. We're gonna talk about this later. But
I know. I already know where this is going. But go ahead.
Bro. And if I see someone running everybody over, I want to be the first one to hit him. Even if we collide and run into each other, if I don't fully get in, or even if he run me over, I'm coming back the next play too. You have to run me over every time. You're gonna be exhausted.
Yeah. There's no way that he's running like that. Like he was, and
crazy
because all it takes is one time, and you're thinking about it differently. Like, let me take this slide. Like, let me get myself up. I'm not.
It's not like Josh is running over people like Derrick Henry, stiff arming, and that 72 yard. Like he looked scared. Like he looked like he didn't want to run. That little stutter step he made. Him and the DB pros looked at each other. They both looked at each other like, "Which way you going? I don't know which way you going. I don't know let you go this way." Like he didn't even want to. You hit him one time, like EG said, he's not gonna want to run. He's not gonna want to run like that no more. But
I get it. Josh Allen is a big boy. He's big, but when you moving like that in the open field, all it takes is one hit to the thigh, to the shin. Bro, you're rethinking. You're rethinking runs.
You're
rethinking handoffs.
It was 52 yards. 52. But that's still too long. Was it? Yeah,
that's still crazy for Josh Allen. It's not. That's not Lamar.
Lamar should be running, or Justin Fields should be running 52 yards. Someone who can run away from everybody. Josh Allen, who is very athletic, especially
but he's very catchable.
52 yards, bro. Like, come on.
He's very catchable. You can ankle tackle him, man. Come on, let's. Come on.
Yeah, this is like
you could give him a shoelace.
This is crazy. Tell Josh Allen pull up on me. You gonna run me
all right, let's get to the MLK game of the week.
Game for the week.
Eagles at Bucks, 32-9. The Eagles scored as many points as the Bucks was scored the prior week. That's crazy.
What's your question?
That's crazy.
What's the question?
That's crazy. Who gotta go? That's my question. Who gotta go? Who gotta go?
Who in Philly?
You know what? Wait, let me say my piece. We're talking about the Eagles. Let me say my piece before you go ahead.
I want to go before
as much flack as I want to give the coaching staff, I gotta give as much flack to Hurts too. Because there was a lot of plays where he bailed from the pocket instead of climbing into the pocket, and he made a couple of throws. But the thing is I gotta give that much hate onto Hurts. I do have to give to the coaching staff, because how do you not have, that this is the most blitzing team in the league, and you don't have any answer for the blitz? Not one.
You talking about this, right? Do you see how y'all can see?
Yeah, he could have climbed. Yeah, right there. He could have climbed into the pocket and hit Goddard over the middle.
He scrambled from this. That's when he did the little stutter step and threw the ball away. He scrambled out of his pocket right here.
But if he steps into the pocket, he has Goddard coming over the middle.
Stay still, but everybody was locked up on this. Everybody is touching somebody. It's not one person free.
Nah, I want him to step into it. I want him to step into the pocket.
I don't know how clear it is, but he's getting blocked by somebody. I don't know if y'all can see.
Yeah, no. He's but you also gotta understand at this point in the game, there was the pocket. Your eyes are not downfield anymore. Your eyes are looking at the line. He didn't trust the line at that point anymore. There was too many unblocked. Too many blitzes.
Bro, I've watched.
First of all, why are you going empty backfield on zero blitzes? There's nobody over the middle. If you're going empty backfield, there should be somebody coming over the middle, and there's nobody coming over the middle. Why are we going vertical?
True.
On zero blitzes.
Tell me. First of all, zero blitzes. If it's an empty backfield, the backfield is empty. Empty backfield. The backfield is empty. If you have 6 people blitzing and I have 5 blockers, that means one person is free and the backfield is empty, an empty backfield. So that person is gonna hit that person, and this, bro. But the coaching was fucking trash. No, but this
it was. We got out coached
right now, bro. This, make sure when you put this episode, this one is not for kids. Don't put this for kids. First of all, now you want to go 4 verticals, which is fucking that shit is stupid. 4 verticals on a blitz. Now, first, let me kill Hurts, because See, I got screenshots because it's been killing me all day. I don't know if y'all can see this. I even circled it. You see this?
Yeah.
This is a blitz play. They went 4 verticals, but there was Hurts. Now this is on Hurts. There's 4 verticals. The play is stupid as hell, but somebody is free. Hurts throw it to the one person who was the non-free.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 people. There was 3 people lined up, and the receivers is close to them trying to jam them. And then you have 1 receiver in CB who's playing 10 yards off. Hurts decides 10 yards off is Smitty. Hurts decides to try to throw the ball up to Smitty. You know he's running straight. You know the corner is 10 yards off. He's running into him, bro. Everybody else is running into the receiver to jam them. That's the only corner who's backing up. Like Smitty is running into the DB, and you go to him instead of all the DBs running into the receivers, and 1 missed and left Quez wide open. But Hurts, blind ass, didn't see him, of course. But I'm gonna let you finish while I go on a rant.
I mean, no, you're absolutely right. I just think that this game was just there's a lot that I took wrong from this game. First of all, the screens was killing me. I'm tired of the wide receiver, the tight end screens, because everybody knows that they're coming, and we're not throwing screens to a running back. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, Gainwell could do it. First of all, they threw a wide receiver screen to Gainwell on an empty set instead of going. What kind of personnels are we in? Why don't we go big personnels, 12 personnels, get these screens going to Swift? There were so many creative screens to Swift during the regular season that you didn't bring back into the later. Like,
hold on, go to the other point.
Mind-boggling to me.
They overthought it.
Real quick. That happens. That the screen to Gainwell is a common play. That's like, but that they also did the same thing with that. They had it's like 3-4 receivers and a running back. And they like it was a couple of plays. Hurts audibled out of that, and then Gainwell runs to the backfield and they give him the ball. Well, it's like sometimes to confuse the defense, because if first of all you're making a linebacker go out there to guard the receiver all the way out there, but if you audible quick, now the running back has to run in and boom boom. You know what I'm saying? It's to mess the defense up a little bit.
No, and I get that, but why are we going away from Swift? Like, why didn't we get Swift more involved in the game? Why, like? And then they were saying that the way that they was playing, that you couldn't run the ball. No, there's success running the ball. You have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, and you're running away. Go big personnel and run the ball. Do some zone splits. Do some ISOs. Get Swift involved.
Yeah, you load up, but yeah, we get you.
My fault. Now I'm saying, like, to that point, Todd Bowles said himself that he expected the Eagles to run the ball a lot more than they did. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's because we ran all over them.
I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed that you said that, and we still didn't run the ball. Like, why go away from your bread and butter? Why go away from something that works and that you've had success at because it's too predictable? But the thing is, even if it's too predictable, if you cannot stop it,
there you go.
Why go away from it?
There you go.
You have the best offensive, especially when you have movement, when you have traps, when you have ISO runs, zone runs that work, that give holes and open space to Swift that he could maneuver and get maybe 5 yards here, maybe 8 yards here. Okay, 2 yards here, but guess what? We could go to the other side and we could get another 10-yard gash. Well, there's opportunities here, and guess what? That opens up the RPO. That opens up the play action. That opens up those vertical routes that you want to do so much. And the craziest thing is that there was an article where Hurts was heard saying that he wants to get into more intermediate and short routes and get more into a rhythm. Okay, you get more into a rhythm with them short and intermediate routes. Guess what that also does? Open up verticals, open up the run game, open up RPOs, play actions. It's mind-boggling to me that we got away from the bread and butter, the things that worked last year, got into this year, and didn't do any of it.
I don't really believe that, though. I mean, like I said, Hurts, as good as Hurts is and all the things he could do, I said his best type of game is when he's like Tom Brady, when he could check the ball down quick, accurate. I feel like that's his
short and intermediate routes.
You said you want to make short intermediate routes. You telling,
but that is short and intermediate routes. That's Tom Brady's bread and butter, short and intermediate, and then go over the top when the defense starts playing too close.
Yes, but I'm saying what you telling the reporter this, but you telling me when you in the QB room with Sirianni, you're not telling Sirianni this?
I also think it was harder for them to get into those short and intermediate passes, even though they were there clearly. But it was a little tougher with AJ not being on the field.
I don't
You can focus in on that.
I don't believe that because
on that area of the field with no AJ Brown going over the top.
I don't believe that because you could still you have one of the best tight ends in the league when it comes to when it comes to the middle of the field. Yeah. Then you have a route technician in Smitty that all you have to do is put him in motion. You could put him in motion from the X, have him drag around to the Y and come back out. I think that's called a Y route if I'm not mistaken. You have a speedy receiver in Quez where you could put him on slants too and get him into open space. There's so many when you look at the charts of Hurts, his intermediate and short percentages are tops in the league.
Oh, you said tops in the league. It's because he don't do it much. That's why when it connects,
Smith, the one slant that we ran. The one slant that we ran to Smitty, we got away from it immediately. Yeah, and it was successful. That was a 30-yard game.
30 yards, yeah. But Hurts can't throw over the middle. That was the problem since rookie year. Jalen Hurts is not as good as we think, bro. Let Troy go, bro.
I just have a question.
We got EG drinking in the middle of the day, bro.
Yeah, he's stressed. I just have a question though, because you started off with the question. Who got to go? Who got to go?
Everybody.
Does Jalen Hurts got to go? Because there's a spot in New England.
I don't think Jalen has to go. I think that we need to bring in an offensive-minded coach as a head coach. Not as an offensive coordinator, because all they're going to do is keep getting picked. Like Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen was MVP last year. He's the reason behind Hurts' success. You look at this season, it's just like EG said, is reminiscent of the 2020 season.
I agree. I think, like I said with the Cowboys, y'all came in with you just in the Super Bowl last year. So y'all have that expectation of going back. That was the expectation this year of going back and winning it this year because y'all looked like the top team in the league for the first 7 weeks of the season, I say.
I still think that we look like
y'all finished
top 4 team in the league.
Y'all finished 2-6. I think any other coach with that any team that finishes 4 games under 500 or more is getting fired. So
no, I mean, I think that Sirianni, if they give Sirianni the benefit of the doubt, it's only because they're gonna get rid of the coordinators. And in my opinion, that's the wrong thing to do because at the end of the day, it shouldn't be on the coordinator. You get rid of the coordinators just for the coordinator to get plucked the very next year. It's the same thing that happened with Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon.
That's like what the Bears
we had 2 coordinators in place who got us to the Super Bowl, and they got picked. This is going to be the same thing that's going to happen the very next year.
I'm not worried about a year or 2 from now. I'm worried about right now. I'm not worried about who takes.
Well, but even right now, what does Sirianni do for us?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I asked that question in week 2. But listen.
No, and wait. This is my question. This is my question with Sirianni. Sirianni gets fired right now. Who's giving him an interview? Who's seeking him as a head coach?
I don't think his career is done. But Brian Johnson, he might be innocent. We don't even know. That's the funny thing. And that's what I've been saying also. It's funny that shit I said months ago, I'm hearing all these analysts say it's like they're watching the episodes. They niggas is copying me word for word, bar for bar. I'm like, yo, I said this in September. And this is also what I had to tell myself.
Just saved flow.
I'm giving these niggas too much credit because I'm thinking just because these niggas got their foot in the door, they know more than me. That shit is clearly not the case. Clearly, I thought Nick Sirianni was incompetent from week 1 to 3, his first year. It didn't make any sense. And instantly this year, I've recognized the offense. I said, this looked like the same bullshit we've been doing Nick Sirianni's first couple of games. Brian Johnson really might be innocent. Nick Sirianni probably wrote
I think so too, because his scripted plays was fire.
And then on top of that, when everybody was blaming Brian Johnson, I'm like, yo, you can't blame him. First of all, our offense was still like top 5 somehow. But I'm like, yo.
Still, I think right now, even still, we're still
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And the teams we played is crazy. But that's what I was telling people, like, how are you blaming Brian Johnson when our offense is still like top 5? And on top of that, when you go back and watch the film, there's niggas open that Hurts don't see because he's running away, he's running around, this and that. And this is also going back to my first point. I said, yo, Eagles fans crown this nigga way too quick. We crowned him way too quick. I always said I gotta see another year, and so far I have 2 bad years and 1 good year. So it's telling me that Jalen Hurts is not that good. Carson Wentz is better, like I said, but Jalen Hurts is not that good, and they blaming like Sirianni and the coach, and they need. Trust me, they need to get smoked too with this. But they need to feel all the fire from Philly. But Jalen Hurts, he's not getting as much as people still mad at him. They're not mad enough because Jalen Hurts has been trash. I've been saying this all year. He didn't play a good game. He didn't play a good game. Oh, he played a good game. He played a good game, but he just played 3 bad games. No, he played a trash game. Jalen Hurts regressed. Watch it on film, he regressed. I'm not even talking about like running. I think he.
But do you think that that's a combination of also losing Shane? Because Shane, I believe that Shane had him seeing different things. I think that Shane had him
more simpler things. I think Shane made it simple, basic, very basic, simple to look better.
Jalen can't handle the blitz, bro. The Buccaneers proved that.
Bro.
He cannot handle the blitz, and that was the game plan.
Now the game changing play was the safety, bro. The game changing.
Oh my god!
But I don't want to put that all on Hurts. I think that that's a combination of Gainwell too.
He lost like 14 yards.
Put them in that situation, and then Hurts ultimately.
Gainwell,
but I still blame Gainwell.
The ball away while you're in the end zone.
I blame Gainwell first, then I blame Hurts because Gainwell doesn't bounce back to the outside instead of taking the hole that was presented to him because he lost 5 yards.
On live Twitter, I ripped Jalen Hurts for doing that. Lou jumped in my mentions and said that's on the coaching. And
but it was ultimately because they had 4 curls. Like what kind of offensive play call was that? Like, and you know that they're gonna blitz you right then and there. Like, what kind of offensive play call was that? Well, but I give you that it was also on Hurts. But I also want to put the blame on Gainwell because Gainwell doesn't do that nut play. Prior to that, they don't get moved back and they don't get put in that position.
And it was a hole, but there was.
Jesus, stop talking about Jalen like that because you know it was on Jalen.
Ran back. First of all, Gainwell missed the hole. He probably would have got tackled because the linebacker got loose and ran back. Blah blah blah. Cool.
Yeah, but he still wouldn't have lost that many yards. He lost 5 yards on that run back.
You know they was not on the 1 yard line. They was only 11 yards. Jalen Hurts ran back 11 yards. They wasn't even on the 1 yard line. Gainwell cut back and put them on the 11-yard line.
No. They was on like the 6 or 5.
It was 11. He lost 11 yards on that.
On the 11-yard line.
I'll check it.
The 11-yard line. Jalen Hurts sat there, went back, pump fake, ran back, juked it, and took a sack.
He had so much time to throw that football away.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like Jalen, I don't want to say he's horrible, but I'm starting to really think Jalen Hurts is horrible, bro. He fooled a lot of people. He needs a specific system because he is not that good. He looks like Jalen Hurts in Alabama, bro. And we need to start talking about his numbers because sooner or later I need to see some passing touchdowns from him. 23. What was it? 23 was last year. I need to see more than that. I need to see more than that.
Yeah, 22 this year, right?
No, 23 this year and 22 last year.
Okay.
I need to see. You got a whole extra game now. You tell him you can't get more. I need
to see 30 passing touchdowns,
bro. You can't get more than 23 with AJ Devontae.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought he had a lot more than that.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I need to see more than that. You can't even reach 4,000 passing yards. We can bring a couple too. But like, you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna go rogue and audible and lose the game for us, go rogue and audible and throw some touchdowns too. If you want to audible in your own time and lose a game, audible in your own time and win a game for us. But let me dig into this game. So boom, the first thing that drove me crazy because the funny thing is I'm not even that mad about the playoff game because I knew our season was done. San Fran ended our season. That was once San Fran spanked us, bro. And I
don't even think it was the spanking, bro. Once they walked through the huddle before the game. Nobody did nothing. Yeah,
they just validated because I said it. Kansas City, Buffalo, all them wins. I still had doubts about this team. San Fran just validated my doubts. So, boom. The first thing, because like I said, I'm not mad about the playoffs at all because I already knew it was going to happen. Knew the spin was going to happen. They should have put up 50 on us, but they can't catch the ball. They should have put up 50. But I already knew the spin was going to happen. I'm more mad about when I step back and look at the whole season as a whole and how this shit collapsed. So, boom. The first thing that grinded my gears is the defense. The defense, the way they was tackling, these niggas are so soft. I'm not gonna call them soft because I feel like they pussy. Them niggas don't make this for kids. They was tackling pussy. That was bro. You got Trey Palmer getting over 100 yards of like yak. Is that Trey Palmer?
Yo, Bradbury was just so.
Bro, Bradbury, Kevin Byard. The only ones who want to hit is the young boys, bro. Nolan Smith, you see him out there hitting. You see Ringo when he out there, he was hitting. My life tore his ACL. Not Maddox.
Sidney Brown.
Yeah, Sidney Brown. Nigga looking like him. Yeah, Sidney Brown. He missed a lot of tackles because he was trying. The young boys who got playing time, they're the only ones who went out there to try to hit, bro. I'm like, yo, this team is pussy, bro. There's no way this team is that soft. Slay, I don't want to hear no injury, nothing, because that injury has nothing to do with your tackling. So, but Slay been a bitch like that when it comes to tackling. 2, the game plan, I would assume, is to repeat the last game plan. Run the ball on his team, bro. We beat them week 2 when we fed DeAndre Swift, and this man had 176 yards or something.
40 carries. 40 carries between Hurts, Gainwell, Boston, and Swift.
Oh, I did another one better. Swift had 10 carries. Swift had 4 carries in the first half. We started giving the ball at the end. He had 4 carries in the first half, bro.
4 carries for 4 yards a carry.
He had 176 yards on him, or 79 yards on him week 2. We gave this man 4 carries in the first half. And it's not like the Cardinals when they had the ball the whole game. We had the ball. We gave him 4 carries in the first half, bro. And then going back to my Jalen point. Like I said, we crowned Jalen too early. Crowned Jalen way too early. And Nick Sirianni, he's a bum. And I don't even, like I said, I don't know where Brian Johnson stands, so I can't even slander him. Patricia, we've been knew he was out of here. Even though I think
let's start wrapping this up, bro. We gotta get to this. Get to the divisional,
Yeah, we get but long story short, it seems like we probably bringing Sirianni back, but I'm not sure. But I don't know how the team, obviously, they look like they quit on Sirianni, so I don't know how we fix this. It's been unfixable for 7 weeks. 8 weeks.
Who would, if Sirianni gets fired, who would be your top candidate?
I would go somewhere. It has to be like Ben Johnson, or I would look into like the Packers offensive coordinator, something like that. I think the Ben Johnson is the only like sure thing. If not, it's a guessing game. But Sirianni's his track record shows that he deserves another chance to be able to fix it. But me personally, I don't think it's fixable.
It's understandable. All right, let's get into this divisional round matchups. We got Texans at Ravens Saturday, which I don't understand why they put the Ravens and the 49ers, both 1 seeds, on Saturday when they could have split them up Saturday, Sunday, and had them night games. Anyways, Texans at Ravens. The Ravens open up -9.5.
I expect the Ravens to. I expect CJ Stroud to look like how he's supposed to look against the Browns during the Ravens. But I'm like I don't want nobody to think this is anti CJ Stroud. There's no CJ Stroud.
If you look at sounded like.
Nah, I'm just saying like these are both number 1 defenses at one point in the season, and I expect him. I just expect him to hit that rookie wall. That's what it really is. You know what I'm saying? And CJ Stroud, I told people that you can go back in the draft when I was talking about him as he's the most ready quarterback in the joint. But I think the Ravens should spank them.
I think we passed that point. I think if he was gonna hit that wall, they would have.
Yeah, he would have been hit it. I believe that.
Or showed some signs of hitting it. He has not slowed down. Like
crazy.
He has not slowed down all year.
Every pass he throws,
except for the concussion.
For him, bro.
That's the only thing that slowed him down was getting knocked out of the Jets game.
Yeah, word.
I think that this is gonna be a really close game. I have the Ravens, but I think the Texans could very well win this game. You have a week off of rest, so technically 2 weeks off for the starters in Baltimore. This is tough. This one is gonna be tough. I think that the Ravens are gonna come out a lot rusty, and it's gonna be a dogfight. I think that this is gonna be the game to watch this week. But I have the Ravens.
I got the Ravens too, though. I can't pick against Lamar.
Yeah.
Not in this game.
Packers at 49ers. The 49ers open up -9.5. They in both of these games on -9.5. Not the Packers.
Them Packers, listen.
The Packers.
Listen. Remember last time we talked about the Packers and the Cowboys, I said, man, listen.
You said, hear me out.
Man, listen, hear me out. Listen. Them Packers, they nothing to play with, bro. They defense, they just physical, and they just so hit it. They have a whole bunch of we don't really know hims, and that's the ones. I don't even, man. Listen, I'm going with the Packers. I'm going with the
Just say
it. Stand on it. Stand on business. Stand on business.
I'm going with the Packers.
Business, nigga.
I'm just a little scared that Jordan Love could get a little rattled, but I'm still going with the Packers.
I thought that going into the Cowboys game. I thought Jordan Love was going to get rattled going into Dallas, but he looked cool, calm, and collective. There's two sides. That he's Jekyll and Hyde. Because remember the first 4 weeks of the season, he was balling. And there was about a good 8 weeks where they was like, oh, Jordan Love might get traded this offseason. He's going to be the quarterback in Green Bay next year. Now he's back to being, damn, we might have our franchise quarterback.
You know, I think he's elite off the running game. Once the running game get going, his play action and quick
play action, yeah.
Is, bro.
And the 49ers, you can run against them. You can run against the 49ers.
He makes throws. He makes elite throws.
What's up,
Trez?
Say gang gang. Say Pat's game.
No, that's first word. Don't say it.
But
yeah, Packers can run against them, man. The 49ers you can run against.
So who you got?
And I think AJ Dillon back too.
Oh, Dillon back too. I mean, their running game is.
AJ Dillon, the big boy, he trashed though. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's nothing.
But he's a good complimentary back to Aaron Jones.
I'd rather just give Aaron Jones the carries. AJ Dillon is trash to me. He just big as hell.
I think that 49ers defense is a little bit overrated too. It's not the same 49ers defense as last year. So
you've been saying it. You've been talking about it.
I'm still gonna go Niners though. I'm gonna go Niners.
All right. Bucks at Lions. The Lions open up -6.5.
Yeah, Lions gonna punch on them.
Yeah. Lions are gonna do what the Eagles should have did, and they're gonna run the ball.
Shout out to Baker. They've been gassing Baker all week though. Did you see what Baker did to the Eagles? Like, bro, Baker did the same thing. Da Vinci, DeVito, and Tyrod, the little mighty quarterback in Arizona.
Yeah, the same Baker that could only score 9 points against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, and Drew Lock and all these other quarterbacks did against the Eagles. Like that don't special, man. Baker Mayfield, cool. He had his little moment, you know what I mean? But Lions gonna punch him.
Lions are gonna come to play, and they home. They're gonna come to play, and they play better in their low dome stadiums. They come to play.
They gonna lose if they go to the divisional or the
conference. Yeah,
the conference. Detroit might lose his mind, bro.
It depends. It depends because if they have to. Oh, you saying the city?
The city.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant like if they have to travel, because if they have to go to San Francisco, I don't have them winning.
I still got the win, but we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, all right, we'll talk about that.
Oh, if they go to the bowl, all right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Troy.
Yeah, I got Detroit.
All right, consensus. Chiefs at Bills. The Bills open up -2.5.
Right, this is in Arrowhead?
Nah, it's in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Is it? It's in Buffalo? Ooh.
Yeah, it's in Buffalo.
Chiefs just played a cold ass game, but listen.
This is the first time
Pat
Mahomes is playing in Buffalo in the postseason. Because usually they have to come to Arrowhead.
Man, listen, the Bills is frauds, but I'm riding the high hand.
I'm not mad at that. I said that coming into the playoffs, the Bills was one of the scariest teams in the AFC, other than the Ravens. So I mean, I just don't have any confidence in, just like Troy says, I don't have any confidence in the receivers catching balls in Buffalo. So
you know what it is too? I think the Bills are gonna play a more balanced game and
than the Chiefs.
The time a little bit more with this new offensive.
But my thing is I think that the Chiefs defense is elite enough, because they've shown that they've been elite all season long, that they're going to be able to force Allen into the stupid throws that he ends up doing when he starts pressing.
That's the thing. Yeah.
So I think that is going to be close, just like last week when I said that the Miami and Chiefs game was going to be close. I think that this game is going to be a lot closer than people are going to give credit for. But I think that the Bills are going to do enough to win the game. I just think just because they're home, they're going to do enough. But I don't want to count out Andy Reid at all.
So pick a team.
I'm gonna take. It's tough. It's tough.
Look, he said the Bills win. I got the Bills winning if they win on the scoreboard.
Nah, I'm gonna stand on.
If the Chiefs score more points, I got them winning.
I got the Chiefs. I think that the Chiefs. I think that it's the defense that's gonna rattle Allen into making dumb throws, and if they could ride behind Pacheco, they're gonna be fine. I got the Chiefs.
Got the Bills.
I got the Chiefs.
I got the Bills winning if they score more points, but if only if they score more points. But like you said, Josh Allen, you could win with Josh, you could lose on his dumbass decision making too. It depends.
You could win because of him, and you could lose because of him.
And again, same thing as last week. I don't know how I feel about the Chiefs receivers in the cold weather. But like EG said, they are the hot hand right now. They both teams.
Well, no, I'd say the Bills are the hotter hand.
Yeah, they both are hot. Yeah, they both are coming into mode. I think this is
the water at 6-6 against
a big test for the Chiefs. I think if they win this game, they might have a real shot at going back to the Super Bowl this year, which is wild. But,
and shout out to Rasul Douglas, balling on the Bills right now.
Yeah, he's balling.
Yeah.
He's definitely
balling on the Bills.
I mean, he was balling on the Packers too.
He's balling on the Eagles too.
I got the Bills. I think Buffalo gonna go crazy. I think it's a close game, but I think the atmosphere of the stadium, I think is going to be too much for the Chiefs.
And yeah, this is the first playoff game in the divisional round in a long time. So it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I got Kansas City Bills.
That's valid. That's valid.
The Buffalo Chiefs.
That's valid. Yeah, that's valid. All right, man. That's our episode, man. We see you guys next week for divisional, our divisional round, ending our season off correct. No, we still got 2-3 more weeks before we end our season.
No, you're talking about the Eagles season.
Oh no, the Eagles season they was done back in like week 12. But but yeah, man, that's our episode. If you haven't done already, please like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you could be tuned in to all of our newest episodes. We will see you guys next week. And keep believing.
Don't stop believing. I got every team winning this week if they score more points, but only if they score more points.
That's crazy because every team losing if they score at least points. And I definitely got.
That's a crazy stat. No team has ever won and not scored more points than another team. That's the craziest stat I've ever heard, bro.
I got the winners winning if they're not the Dallas Cowboys.
Even the music stopped out.